It's Tuesday night at Old School Boxing. Amateurs of all ages are in-house, working on their fight. In walks Dusty Harrison. He looks like your average teenager. In truth, Dusty is the best boxer in the room. At 17, he is the youngest professional boxer in the country. Dusty is a gym rat. You'll find him here 6 days a week. When you've been boxing since age 3, the ring becomes your second home, especially when your coach owns the gym. And your coach is your father. Buddy Harrison got his son into the sport to keep him out of trouble, never imagining he'd go pro.
I just wanted him to be able to take care of himself. I didn't want him to be I never thought about winning even the Golden Gloves or Silver Gloves. And then he started winning all this. I had no idea at all.
For Buddy, boxing was a lifeline. Growing up in Southeast Washington, D.C., his teenage years were spent in and out of juvenile detention centers. No rules, no one looking after him. His own amateur career was cut short when he was charged with armed robbery in 1980. While incarcerated, he continued to box. He served 10 of his 19-year sentence.
You have a lot of time to think and read, and you learn people, and you look back and you realize how stupid something was. Was that worth 10 years of your life? And you start realizing how dumb you really were. If I could do it all over again, it would probably be different. However, I wouldn't want to trade what I learned being away. The tough guy is not the guy that's in prison. The tough guy is the guy out here that gets up every morning and goes to work and comes home and has to pay his bills and feed his family. It's harder out here.
None of it bothers me. I think it's good for me because they learned their lesson and they pass it on to me and they keep me out of trouble. Actually, them going through that, it helped me because it could have been me. Like, if they didn't teach me the lesson, it could have been me that, one got in trouble.
Buddy was released in 1990. 4 years later, his son Dusty was born. A free man, he was also a changed man. He'd gotten his GED and took college courses in jail. He planned to open his own gym and teach his only son to box. Dusty was a natural, winning his first amateur fight at 8 years old. The family traveled across country, Dusty competing in bigger and better competitions. The National Silver Gloves, National Junior Golden Gloves, the Junior Olympics. Every fight brought Dusty closer to going pro. In 1999, Buddy opened Old School Boxing. A misspent youth led him and his family on a path far more enriching than they imagined.
Just, a lot of them, they got nothing. They don't have parents. Some of them walk here. I ride them home sometimes. A lot of the other coaches, they ride them home. But it's not easy for kids, I've been there. So if somebody don't save him now, I know where he's going to end up at,
2 weeks after his 17th birthday, Dusty made his professional debut against 38-year-old Alfonso Alexander.
I've been in the ring so many times, it's natural. I really don't get nervous. A lot of people think it's crazy when I say that, but I just don't. My mom was real nervous at the weigh-ins. She started crying when she saw the person I was fighting because he looked in real good shape. He looked real strong. She started crying. My dad, he was pretty confident in me. He seen me in the gym every day.
It was an easy win. He may be a pro, but his family tries to keep Dusty grounded. A senior at Thomas Stone High School, he plays on the basketball team, and he's still responsible for doing chores. Sort of.
Mom's always yelling at me because she comes home and only did half the chores or something. I always promise to make it up. I'm the only professional athlete who's put on a restriction.
Post-grad, Dusty will continue to fight, but he'll also attend community college to study nursing?
Everybody always jokes and say that I'm gonna beat somebody up and then have to take care of them afterwards.
As a parent, it's hard watching Dusty grow up. But Buddy's proud of the man he's become, and he hopes Dusty will pay his good fortune forward.
If he ever made it big, I think he would build the biggest gym right here in Washington, D.C., and free gym to everybody, you know. And you know, a lot of fighters who make it, they leave and they never come back, and they forget where they came from. I don't think he will. If he does make it, I think he'll open a free gym to everybody. You know?